This is the epicenter of audio frequency entertainment.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Can't get enough of it.
Oh, yeah. You guys are the best.
Heffron and Reep.
I love you, love you, love you.
The Heffron and Reep Show. Lock it in and rip the knob off. You're tuned in to the #1 show on the planet. The Heffron and Reep Show.
Hey, everybody. It's comedian John Heffron. I don't know why I say the word comedian in front of it. John Heffron. John Reep. You know what? I'm going this. Changing it up a little bit.
Yeah.
We need new music beds when we start the show. This is kind of fun, though. Right?
Yeah, sometimes it's like a signature, it's like your thing. It's your call noise.
It's the Heffron and Reep Show. Heffron and Reep Show. It's time for the Reep Show. I'm John Heffron, John Reep. Thank you for tuning in to the Heffron and Reep podcast show. Thank you for listening on Facebook. There's always a risk when you come to Facebook to watch the Heffron and Reep show live. You're going to see ads. So if you end up buying something that you didn't mean to buy because you went to Facebook, I apologize for that. I recently bought stuff. I bought chalk paint. I don't know if you've seen commercials for that. It's a paint that goes on. It's like powder, and then you put it in paint, and then you can paint any type of furniture. Because I see ads for how to flip furniture. Is an ad that I'm seeing all the time. So anyway, welcome to the show. Everything's well. We have a lot to talk about this show.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitter. We're seeing your comments. What up, Bob, Wynn, Michael, Ian? We see them. We're going to go to them. We're not going to ignore you. I mean, I'm going to look at them from time to time, but we got to have a conversation because we got things to talk about. So don't get mad if we don't read all of them. We're going to try and get there. Because as John Heffron just said, we have a lot to talk about.
We do have a lot. I don't even know where to. One, I wrote notes, which I can't read. So I was in Boston this weekend.
Yeah, how was that, dude?
Why we talk, you're going to see me doing weird things with my mouth because I tried to wolf down goldfish flavor blasts. Because I'm 7. And the thing about goldfish is they stay like at your gums. Like if you eat chips and Doritos, it doesn't, right? You eat it and then it's not left in your gums. But goldfish, for some reason, you can take your tongue and like do a quick little, and you still taste goldfish. Right?
Interesting. Yeah, I've never noticed that. I don't eat goldfish a whole lot. That's not one of my go-to snacks. I'm not a goldfish guy.
They give it on even on an airline when they walk by and they're like, it's always goldfish or pretzels.
It's the worst snacks. This is my least 2 favorite.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You hate
I don't like pretzels. I barely like soft pretzels. Yeah. Hard pretzels, whatever. It's bar food. Yeah. Anyway.
So I was in Boston this weekend.
Did you get some clam chowder?
I didn't do anything. Where Laugh Boston is, it's not really. I guess you can walk around. Yeah. But you're kind of far from everything. So and the comedy club is in the hotel that you're staying. Yep. And the hotel is huge and nice. And it was kids volleyball tournament. So it's been a year or so. Ever stay at a hotel when there's like a youth sports thing going on and all the maniacs are running up and down the hallways and their door, they keep that lock so the door just goes.
Yeah. It makes the loudest noise ever.
Yeah. And then there's one like.
Dude, why can't hotels invest in the door that like right before it shuts slowly closes? Why do they all have to slam? I know it's a fire thing.
Oh, right.
But they don't have to slam. How much would that cost?
It's weird. I was would walk by the bar because it was still Boston, believe it or not, at least where I was, they were still Corona-ish where people had masks. Yeah. And it wasn't like some of the other cities I would go to where they didn't even know Corona was going on. Yeah. But I've noticed any hotel I've stayed at where there was youth sports, to me, it seems like it's kind of like this weird swingers club for the parents. There's a lot of weird vibes in between parent couples while everyone's at the bar. And you can tell that there's a lot of inner team turmoil if a husband is into a wife or a wife is into maybe a husband on the team. And you could tell couples, that must be a thing. I never had kids, so I don't, haven't gone to a lot of youth sports, but I bet you that's happened. I bet you.
Yeah, I bet so.
Right.
Because it's also like you're in another town.
Yeah.
You're all staying in the same hotel.
Yeah.
You all have the same shared experience with this sport. Yeah, I bet that happens a lot, especially like after hours at the hotel bar. Meet me down there, last call.
There's kind of nothing more sad than a hotel bar, to be honest with you. Because usually if you go, right, because we've stayed in 30 years of them, and you walk by, and there's sometimes, especially when they're empty, there's just that like one, the one business guy is just bellied up there, just alone. And that usually is right, or it's somebody talking to somebody, but from across the bar. Yeah, the bar's really lit. It like not lit as in fun, but all the lights are on. Yeah, and it's just like two people going. I don't want to get up.
It's been a hard day of travel, but I'll tell you, sometimes I've been that guy.
Yeah,
because I've been on the road for all day trying to get to this one spot. I've been stuck in airports, flight delays, driving, and you just get there and all you want to do is just crash. And when you get to a hotel, you can't go to sleep right away.
Right.
And then you walk in and there's a bar right there and you're like, go get down there, a little nightcap, and then fast forward, the guy's telling you got to go to your room. And you're like, well, can I just get a pint?
Yeah. You ever asked
I want 1 pint of vodka, the whole vodka, 1 pint.
I've had and seen where the bartender's like, yeah, we can't sell you a bottle of booze. And they poured it in like cups. Like literally tequila will fill up a half a cup and then put saran wrap on the top of the cup and let the person go back up to the room. Hey, plug something real quick. This air conditioning is killing me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sweat.
I got it.
Will you plug something? Hold on, let me just do this.
Check out our
website. No, I meant this.
Heffron and Reep, shameless plugs.
Hey, everybody, it's John Reep here. Check out our website, heffronandreep.com. You could check out old episodes. You could see us live. Right now, obviously, we're live, but we have merchandise. We've got tour dates. We've got Patreon. Thank you, Alan. We're listener supported. As of right now, we have 5 Patreons. That's it. And we're not making any money. And in fact, we're spending money. So it'd be nice if you guys would go to our Patreon and give us whatever you want. That's the great thing about Patreon. We have suggested amounts, but if you just want to get on there and give us $1, we'll take $1.
We'll think of fun things for that. And obviously I ran to turn off the air. We probably plugged the Hickory, North Carolina date Monday.
I did not plug that yet. Go ahead.
And Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase, June 11th and 12th. Yep. Me and John Reep will be performing. I'm excited. Ann Arbor shows, Michigan keeps changing their capacity. So we were capped at like 50 tickets when we first did it. But now I think Michigan's gone up where you can have more people. Yeah. So there are more tickets. So so just go. That's 11th and 12th in Ann Arbor. See me, John Heffron, and John Reep. I have a lot of people going. My dad's going to the first show Saturday. He has not seen me in a year and a half because of Corona. So I'm worried about I have to do new material for my dad.
Well, really?
So that stresses me out. But this week, speaking of material, so real quick, so I'm on stage. I'm in Boston.
Oh yeah.
Looking at the crowd. I don't do a lot of crowd work, but I have a lot of thoughts.
Sometimes it gets forced on you, right? Yeah.
We haven't performed consistent a lot. So I just go to the crowd and I ask somebody if anybody's living situation has changed or has it been weird if you're married and suddenly your spouse isn't going to work? Like, how is that? You know, we all went through that, or most people did over the last year.
Yeah.
So I talked to this couple who are 26 years old, and I'm going to say the facts because it might factor in this. And she said, she said something, and then she goes, we had to move back in with our parents last year for a year. And this weekend is the first weekend we're back out. They moved out of their parents' house.
Okay.
And now they have an apartment. I didn't ask them, you know, their why or something, because it's not my business. So I did ask them about sex, because they've been married for 5 years, and now they're living with their parents. So I asked them, you know, I'm not dirty on stage, but I'm like, so did you guys have the time? How did you guys, you know, have sex knowing that your parents are in the house? Did that cut down the sex? Did you have to plan it? Well, you know, and I forgot what she said. She said, yeah. And I go, how did you plan it? Or, I think I asked them, what was the shortest amount of time you had? Just trying to be a joke and to move on. I'm like, was there ever a moment where you're like, we got 20 minutes. Yeah. It's go time now. But you know, ran to the grocery store. That's what I said. Like, did your parents ever go to the grocery store and then you knew you had the time? So that somehow brought up that the girl said, we did it once when my dad went to the mailbox. And I go, like, he went to get mail, and she goes, well, we have a long driveway. And I said, well, how long is the driveway?
That's what she said.
Yeah. I go, how long is the driveway? And she was trying to explain it to me. I'm like, is it from that wall to, and she couldn't. She's like, I don't know what to say. I'm like, okay, if you walked into like, how long does it take to walk from your front door to the mail to get the mail and come back? And she said it takes my dad usually about 5 minutes.
Wow.
So then I was trying to figure out how long the driveway was. And that was ever just talk to somebody in a crowd where you're like, yeah,
because every answer they give you leads to more questions.
Yeah. So I said, how did you guys do it? So I wanted to know details. And I even said, I go, I'm not, we get you had sex. I get that. I'm not trying to be dirty. So did you know he was going to the mailbox? Or did you hear the door? Is there a door chime? I just want info. She's like, I saw him walk on the porch, and then I knew he was going to go get the mail. So I'm like, to the husband, what were you doing? Were you guys were making out? Or I go, were you playing a video game to the guy? And the guy said he was playing a game on his phone. Right. And then she looked at him and was like, my dad's going to the mailbox. Let's go now. So I was trying to get more details. And I go, well, how long did you have? And she goes, it was about 5 minutes. So I asked the guy, I go, did you finish? Like, did you just go through the motions, or did you finish? And he did. But maybe because they're 26. So then I kept looking at the crowd. I looked at a guy who was like 60 something. Yeah. And going, could you perform? Yeah. Could you do the walk to the mailbox challenge? Right. 5 minutes from 0 to 60 in 5 minutes. I would talk to them, and then I would go on and do my act. And then
and you go back for one more question.
You know how I am. I just kept going back so your guy was on the phone. Did you just like whip down your pants? Did you grab, like, he's 26, but to go from 0 to done in 5 minutes?
Yeah, that's crazy.
With the stress. So I even said, I would like to see a group of people, and I guess if you did it scientifically, you'd have the control group, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, where those two would be from 0, right, from standing face to face, just having sex while a dad walks to the mailbox and back. And then you'd have to have a placebo group that didn't have anybody walking. And then you'd have to have another group that had somebody walking, not their dad. Yeah. I don't know with them. I was trying to scientifically figure out
too many variables.
Could you do it in 5 minutes? If your mom,
are you asking a 49-year-old John Reep, or are you asking a 26-year-old John Reep?
See, I think the age
Well,
may.
let me tell you. Okay, I'm just going to answer a question because you asked me.
Okay.
5 minutes today. I like a little foreplay, John.
Right.
I can't go from one thing on my phone to it's go time because now I'm pressured. I'm like, what are we going to do first? You going to kiss me for a minute, and then
And then
how much kissing is it? 60 seconds of making out and 4 minutes.
And then
of
you're
stuff?
looking out of the window, right?
Yeah.
For every couple seconds, you're looking out of the window to see.
Right.
Dad is hopefully reading the Valpak mailer at the mailbox.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I mean, so here's the difference. If a guy is not in the mood at the moment, and I know
you're on level 5 of a game, right?
Right.
He's playing a game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it wasn't like he was just standing there, like looking at old Playboy mags, or even he was.
Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like we need to get there, and the older you get, the longer it takes to get there.
Yeah.
So a 26-year-old could probably get there 0 to erect in less than a minute. But I guess it depends on a lot of variables, honestly. But I love this story because there's so many euphemisms. Going to the mailbox. It's a long driveway, It's like mailbox, driveway. I'm with you. I would have kept going back with more questions, what was in the box?
I can't. But they were ever talk to somebody in the crowd, and you're just looking for just give me the right answer, and it was very yes, no-y, and then they'd say one little thing and then move away, and then I would look at the 60-something-year-old, and I asked him, and he was like, he told me, the guy said, he's like, it would take me 5 minutes to find it. And then into a thing of us going, what are you actually looking for, hers or yours? And after 40 years of marriage,
what is it?
Yeah, then it's already you lost. So then I asked her, I go, well, your dad's older, were you whatever I was trying, were you hoping that your dad tripped and maybe face planted it, and was unconscious for just to buy some time, maybe a neighbor saying, hey, waving, just so you have a little bit of extra time, right? Because now it's like the end of Ferris Bueller when he's running through the neighborhood and his dad's dun 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 dun, and
jumping over fences and trampolines and shaking girls' hands in bikinis.
So then I go, well, how old is your dad? Then in my brain, I was like, well, she's going to say this, and then I'm going to go off and I'm going to do this bit about this, and this. So I go, so how old's your dad? And then she goes, well, he's older. And I'm like, well, that's why he's got his white New Balance Velcro and haha, right? So the show, I go, well, how old is your dad? And she goes, 56.
Yeah.
56.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to be 51.
So older than her, but 56. I guess it hasn't hit me yet because I'm 49. But once I get 50 and I hear people say 50 anything is old, it's probably going to bug me.
It does. At 50, I'm like, okay, that's 5 years older than I am now. I can make it to the mailbox and back in under 5 minutes, especially if my daughter's.
Well, again,
having
how
sex.
long is the road? I mean, is it an old country house?
No, and I would try to move on, right? I would start to whatever, and the people that would heckle were heckling her because, again, everybody had open loops. They needed questions answered.
Yes.
Some guy goes, is your driveway a straight shot or is it curved?
It's got Peyronie's disease.
Yeah, he thought he was it was like one of just that rich people where you do that, like that street in San Francisco where it sways.
Yeah.
We just couldn't get,
yeah, dude. Okay. This is great. I mean, I would have done the same thing. I couldn't, right? Because an unanswered question, the open loop, that's what it's called, right? Yeah. Now, I will say, since you brought it up, in my younger day, there was a girl I was going out with for a minute that we had to do it a short amount of time when her parents left. And we were literally, because the best place to look out the window to see happened to be the bathroom, is that we were in the bathroom and I had to stand there and look out the window as things were happening.
Was it like like everyone has that bathroom window that's a really small
right,
thing that you open because you don't have ventilation for your shower?
Yeah, it's like one of those, dude. And
Yeah,
like how weird had you ever see anybody just staring out of one of those windows? I mean, it's obviously something's going, and it's not like I'm facing this way. It's like I'm looking out the window like this.
Right.
So that's bizarre, huh?
But that's you at that. Even at 26, you were probably
I was young,
mentally getting in the game. Maybe you guys were flirting. There's the thing. You're like,
oh yeah. It wasn't like they were in the house and left and coming back. They just knew they were gone for a minute and they could come back any second. Right. I didn't think we only had 5 minutes. Yeah, dude. If you start a clock, like if I challenge every couple to do this. Every girl, look at their guy at some point in the next weekend and go like, when he's not ready for it, just say, babe, I'm ready right now. We got 5 minutes, and then hit a clock right in front of him. And
so I said, here's what exactly. And I said that on stage. So next time you do that, if you want to take the mailbox challenge, you're even people doing this challenge is cheating because they're already in game mode, right? They're already in bed and kind of, but even then, just you can look at Alexa and go, Alexa, set alarm for 5 minutes. That's it. And let Alexa do it.
And say, let's go, buddy.
And just go.
That's so funny because I've heard, I've had, when we lived in Los Angeles, we've got, sadly, the adult entertainment capital of the world. Probably a lot of adult films are made
right by you.
And I've met Ron Jeremy at the Comedy Store. You see these people out in public, these people that you've seen on adult websites.
Yeah.
And so I've heard these conversations where they go like, these female adult actresses will be at some convention, right, trying to sell their latest DVD or adult product.
Right.
And a male fan will walk up to them like, oh man, I'll do anything to be with you. I'll do it right now. Let's go right now. She go like, you want to go right now? Okay, let's go. And challenge them right now in front of all these people. Let's go. You won't. It won't happen. You can't get there in that amount of time in front of these people with that pressure.
The pressure, and then add. Okay, so one, it would be a stranger's different, right? Like if you've stayed at a bed and breakfast where you don't know. Right, you're kind of staying with people you don't know, but add just the fact that it's your dad, not even a roommate, not even my roommate is running to their car. Your dad, who probably I don't know how it was done, and I wish that they were a little bit more like I had so many questions.
Yeah.
What was she wearing? What was he wearing? He said he was locked into his video game. So add that. So, okay, if you do the mailbox challenge, we'll just call it that way, ladies. You have
the postman always rings twice.
Wait till your guy's doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of cheating if he's already in game mode. So if he,
game mode. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, if you're just if you're Sade and everyone, you have guys like if you're you can't have mission control launch yet. Have literally. If he's scrolling through TV, if he's playing a video game, if he's got PlayStation on,
if he's playing a video game or watching a sporting event,
just go. We have to do it right now. We have 5 minutes. Alexa, set timer for 5 and see who can do it. I'm curious.
Me too. This is great. Don't record it. We don't need to see it.
We don't want to be. I just don't know how it's physical. I'm just talking about the science. You can talk about the science of sex and not.
Right. See, we covered that topic pretty clean, dude. I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
That would have been able to air on any morning radio show. What do you think of my hat, John?
You're wearing, let me put the glasses on. My hat's too big.
I showed you this already, didn't I? But you were asking me about it.
Yeah, I like it. I wanted, I texted you after because one, I have hats that color. I like the color.
Yes.
I like the patch, how it can be swapped out.
Yes.
I want one. I don't have one. But
right.
I also want to know with that. Do you know the people at the company? Is that how, or did you just buy them?
Dude, I just had this idea and I thought like, well, this company has to exist. It has to be out there. I can't be the only person to think of this. You know, and you see military people with their uniforms on, and they got patches here.
Yeah.
And I think they have the patches on the hats sometimes too. I'm thinking, well, I would like that because I got all these different hats taking up space in my closet.
Yep.
Where all I got to do is really just change the thing I want to say. And so I'm going to look it up. And it's a website that exists. It's called pullpatch.com. And I went there. And by the way, Deanna Jackson, I don't know if you got the website. I want John Heffron to look at this website. Now, do you see any person on here that looks familiar? Doesn't that girl look like your ex a little bit?
What?
Is that her, dude?
What?
I thought it was her.
Oh, did you really?
Yes. I mean, that looks like her. I mean, maybe, 10 years ago or something.
What's her hat? What's the hat say? Camping?
Oh, it says camping is intense.
Oh, that's funny.
But they've got tons, dude. So look at Vion, go to the patches and then click on patches. And then so here's one. I got one that says North Carolina, but if you click on states, yeah, there's one for Michigan, dude. So you click on Michigan, here's your patch. You can put that on. See, I've got one here. Dude. And by the way, Pull Patch is not paying me anything. But I've got one for North Carolina that I could put on. See, bang, bang, boom, North Carolina. That's our state flag. But I'm sure that maybe that's Michigan state flag. I don't know.
I would do a custom one because I would make Sade. I would do, I would have a Sade hat.
Yeah.
For my Sade's.
What would it say? Is it just
it would just have a picture of her.
Just her face?
Yeah.
Kind of like this patch I've got here of share.
Yeah.
By the way, hit the share button, everybody. I didn't say at the beginning of the show, but that's why I made this patch. Is to remind you to hit the share button. So I've got Cher's face with an arrow. Hit the share button if you care. If I could turn back time, I would make you hit the share button.
What do people say in the comments about the mailbox challenge? I wasn't looking.
Oh my gosh. I gotta go way back here.
Oh, sorry. I know. Moving on.
I'm sorry, guys. There's a lot of comments. I've been glancing over, and there's some funny ones. I mean, Ray made me laugh, and we're talking about mailbox. She goes, "My apartment has a mail slot in the front door."
Yeah.
That was funny. That's a good one, Ray. Shane Flint, sometimes I wonder how his brain works. He's talking about you.
Shane says, bet you're not having sex in the bathroom at 50. Probably. You know what, Shane? I mean, you got to figure over 50, you're probably spending more time in the bathroom than you ever have.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I mean? So you get that. And
then there's a shower in there. Some people like to do it in the shower, Yeah, so there's always that. It's hard to put this on when I'm not looking right at the hat. I know it's crooked. So yeah, John,
I'm gonna order some of those anyway.
I'm good. So here's what. So I made the Heffron Reep one. I had my buddy Tim Tucker, who does my website. I said, because you can do a custom made patch. I said, well, let's get one of the Heffron Reep. So this is now a patch that is already designed. So I bet you if I called up Pull Patch and I told them, oh, by the way, I just talked about you at length on my podcast of a patch that you already made and designed. Can you not just put this patch on your website under maybe a podcast section? Like,
you should take the clip of what we just did and send that to him.
Yeah. And so I'll send you a patch of Heffron Reep because it already exists. You just go online and buy the hat, John, and I'll send you the patch. But you might as well go ahead and get some patches that you like while you're there.
Is the hat the one on the back with the clips, like the number?
You can do,
or
you can do a. I've got the
clip one, old school, like what I'm wearing.
I don't know what you're wearing.
Just the plastic with the hole.
The snaps.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
I used to be a fitted hat guy, but you know what? You're with Corona, you let your hair grow out, then you get a haircut.
That's exactly right.
and then it fits weird and it's not consistent. It's too
100%.
your head.
This snapback is the way to go.
So really the old school.
That's real baseball mode anyway. Snapback, I think that's old school baseball mode. So I also, if you don't mind, John, I'd like to plug something. If you want to do another shameless plug.
What's this one? No.
Heffron and Reep, shameless plugs.
There you go.
Look, a lot of people getting vaccinated. I'm double vaxxed, not double vaxxed, but I did 2 shots. Plus I had Corona. My point is this: a lot of people ready to get out there, ready to party it up. Summer's here. We're ready to get out of the house. Why don't you come get on a cruise ship with me? Yeah, I'm doing a cruise November 6th through 11. It's called the Reeps Peeps Comedy Cruise. It's a 5-day cruise, man. We're going out of Port Canaveral. We're going to a private beach. Those are pictures from last year. We're going to a private beach in Haiti. We're going to Nassau. This private beach in Haiti, they've got the world's longest zip line over water. That's the boat right there. That's the ship. Royal Caribbean, Mariner of the Seas. I'm doing karaoke. I'm doing stand-up comedy. And I'm doing a country-ish podcast. I would do a Heffron and Reep if I knew a John Heffron would be on the boat. But if you want to get on the boat, get these tickets right now. November 6th through 11, Reeps Peeps Comedy Cruise. It's a blast. Come take a ship with me. Okay, John.
Nice.
I'm done.
And that's going to be right, like you said. People are going to be ready to go. I think I'm at the Comedy Castle that weekend.
Okay. You don't look like a cruise ship fan.
I told you I was on once for the NASCAR one. Mm-hmm. And the Disney one, when I did morning radio in Detroit, we were on some Disney cruise. Me and Danny Bonaducci and Rebecca Marshall, part of the Q crew. We went on a Disney cruise and we had a little radio station. We did it. I was 20 something then. I
bet you had a good time.
The NASCAR one, I just stayed in my room.
Yeah. I should have done that one. And you should have done the 80s.
No, Alonzo Bowden, who I just talked to, and he wants to be on the show. We talked.
We're gonna get him on, dude. 100%.
And
love me some Alonzo Bowden.
But he does a bunch of cruises, like these 80s cruises.
Yeah.
When it's all 80s bands.
I know. And
he performs, and he says that they're fun shows, but everybody on there is there to party.
Oh, so yeah.
It's kind of exhausting because everybody. I would do one just so, I don't know. There's a lot of 80s bands that I would love to. I don't know if I want to meet.
That would be one I'm really excited about. Because the one I did was the country music cruise, which I like country music, but there's a lot of older stuff. And the people who were on that cruise were a lot of older people. Unlike the 80s cruise where there's a lot of party people. I would have more fun on the 80s cruise, most likely. That would be good for us to do together.
Here's the thing about the 80s cruise, the bands. Me being a huge 80s guy, here we go. I'm going to have a organ version of. Do you know what song this is?
Hang on.
Okay.
No. Keep it going. Duran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, what?
Hungry like the wolf.
Yeah. So I saw Duran on a YouTube video even today. And it was from a year ago. They were doing some Corona Zoom type show. And you in your brain, if you're an 80s music fan, you think of the bands at that age, right? Forget that. Ever watch when you lived in LA, you'd see an 80s sitcom star or an 80s actor, but they look way older because in your brain you're thinking they're the age on the show.
Yeah.
So Simon Le Bon looked, I don't know, Duran looked good, but Rick Springfield, I believe, is 70 something.
Wow.
It's almost or late 60s. So the 80s cruise, the bands on it, right, are all going to be at least in their 60s
50,
years old, right?
60, yeah, 50 and up,
right?
I mean, yeah, I saw Debbie Gibson on the street one time.
I was just gonna bring her up.
Go ahead.
I wish I had the vid. I asked her, Debbie Gibson, to be on our podcast.
Yes.
I threw out on Instagram 3 people who I wanted on our podcast when we started. She's the only one that replied.
Oh.
In a DM though.
Okay.
Which I thought was a big deal because when I was 13 or 12, I had a friend that had the internet. Keep in mind, you're going back to like he had Netscape. I think it was Netscape, and it was a thing, and there was way before AOL.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I was at his house, I'd have him search Debbie Gibson to see if she was on this Netscape. I didn't understand how the internet worked. So she responded back, and she responded back with a nice paragraph of why she wouldn't do our show. But she responded with a nice thing about, I've even forgot what she said. Dude, I should start reading. Like,
do you still have the email?
4 people to be on our show, right? Like the only time I've said, hey, I have a podcast you would be on, I've got denied all 4 every time. One, actually, somebody just responded, but it's almost like you'd have to explain who they were. But we got dissed the first time, and then they said, "Well, I got time now. I'm sorry, I never got back to you." Debbie Gibson was very polite, in saying no. I've had a lot of people. That's
funny.
Say no.
So
I stopped asking.
Yeah.
I would
same here. I'm not going to say this person's name.
You have a lot of guests on your country-ish, and I get jealous. Jealous.
Yeah.
Why do I talk like that? Whoever's doing that, I think
that one they kept snowballing. No. Yeah, it's Alan. It's me. It's these interns. And I say, I get it. Look, these are the people I want you to go after. These people, I want you to do this little form thing, and I'm going to reach out to them too. And I've had a lot of people say yes, but that's country-ish. I've been asked a lot of people for this one because I like just me and you talking, but it's nice to have people on here from time to time. Definitely Alonzo Bowden, we're going to get on here. But there's one guy I reached out to who I'm friends with, and will talk to me on the phone at length, and still is like, I don't want to do the podcast. I'm like, God, I'm already on if you just let me record this conversation.
Right.
Like he just doesn't understand how it's in his brain. He's got what a podcast is. I'm trying to convince him it can be whatever we want it to be. It doesn't have to be political. It doesn't have to get deep and dark and nasty. It can be light and fun. So yes, but can I tell you my Debbie Gibson encounter?
I found the message she sent me. Do you want me to read it real quick?
Sure.
And then I would love to hear yours.
Yeah.
I'm skipping out. Okay. I'm taking back everything I just said because I didn't realize how polite she was.
Yeah, no, you said she was nice.
Okay, this was April of last year. Hey. That's how she started.
That's right away. I'm like, hey, ho. Your podcast got to go.
I'm not going to read this first thing because I don't know. I'm going to skip that. That might have been personal. I'm having a serious. Okay. And stick to the
so you can't read this.
Okay, so I'm skipping the first part, and this is said. So I'm keeping super low key right now, and stick to the commitments I already have. But at some point in the future, when I feel better, I would love to be part of it. I've said too many yeses to keep up with this sec, but I so appreciate you inviting me. XO.
Dude, that's awesome.
I take back everything I said.
Yeah, she said not for now. She didn't say no forever. She said not for now. That's all.
And then for her birthday, I said happy 50th. In a few weeks, it's 50, and she hearted me.
It's awesome.
Oh no! But then October 19th, 1:30 a.m. Oh, John,
this is from you.
This is
of course, it's from you at 1:30 a.m.
October.
You're on Ambien or not right doing this, aren't you? You probably got goldfish all up in your face, and you're trying to email Debbie Gibson. I think we're alone now, which is Tiffany.
Oh no! I don't want to read it. I'm literally sweating, hoping that I can't read this. Okay.
Look,
so
once you
I
skim
go,
it, you skim it. Well, go no. I'm not gonna tell my.
Tell your story, and
You
I'm gonna
skim it, and I'll talk. You just don't listen to me. I'm just talking to the fans. Hello, Zach and Michael and Noel Dad 77 and Heath Barr and Chad Clemens and all you people here watching this live. So I was coming out of a restaurant bar in Studio City, California, and I just walked outside. It was still daylight, probably like 6:30 p.m. And Debbie Gibson just walked right past me on a sidewalk. And I'm like, I just, with whoever I was with, I said, that's Debbie Gibson right there. And she's like, well, this is a younger person. I'm like, that's Debbie. And I just screamed out, Debbie Gibson, I love you. And she turned around, she goes, I love you too. And she turned around, kept walking. I didn't know who I was. I was just a stupid fan. But it made me feel good. She's a good person.
She's a good person. And from the thing, but I'm also reading the 1:30 a.m. post I did.
God.
I'm so glad this is the old John Heffron. How many? If I've noticed 5 spelling errors, I've noticed 5 spelling errors just off the bat now. We know that there's like 30, right?
Yes.
He says, okay, John Reep.
No, don't say John Reep.
What?
Wait. I didn't send this email. You sent this email.
Oh,
you're saying, okay, John Reep, I'm going to read it to you.
No,
okay.
This is the thing at 1:30 in the morning. I said, okay, John Reep, just read your text, but it's read your is one word. Text. $500. I can get a friend on sooner. I can get a friend on sooner. You got, and then I put at Brad Paisley, period, and then a bunch of spaces, capital and at Dale Jr. And then I go, I got, and then at Debbie Gibson, at Shannon Bream, or Marilyn Rice Cup. Let me know when you want to do the sun.
Well, so this email was sent to me from you, not to Debbie Gibson.
Well, I did one of those Instagram stories. You know how you can just at people, and what I just read you, I added her. So that's probably why. I take back everything. That's completely why she's not on the podcast.
Well, should I reach out to her? Say, hi, my name is John Reep. You've never heard of me, but also have never bothered you at 1:30 in the morning, ever.
Why didn't you know what I mean? But she was there, right? And
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's not even. So maybe I'll switch to.
I would like to get her on the podcast. If you could get her on the podcast, I think that would be great.
I'm not asking.
What about Tiffany?
I have no connection. I didn't try to find Tiffany, although I saw them at their mixtape tour before. Corona. It was New Kids on the Block.
Yeah. This dude, Michael. Yeah, I know this guy. He sent me. He was at my show in Minneapolis. Gave me a painting of George Carlin. He says, my first real makeout kiss was at a roller skate rink, listening to Tiffany. Yeah.
I think we're alone now. Was Tiffany, Debbie Gibson, New Kids on the Block. Who sings Supersonic?
Supersonic.
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah. Salt and Pepper.
Oh yeah.
Salt and Pepper. Dude, it was one of the greatest concerts I've ever been to.
I bet so.
Because what they did is they'd pop up, like New Kids on the Block would
Salt
pop
and Pepper's
up.
awesome, dude.
Dude, I'm trying to find video from it. So New Kids on the Block would pop up and they'd sing 2 songs and then they would disappear into the stage, and then Debbie Gibson would pop up on another stage in the arena and do a song or 2, and then she'd disappear, then Tiffany would pop up.
Wow.
So everybody did like 2 songs, disappeared, and they just kept changing back and forth instead of watching
New Kids
on the Block for 40 minutes.
It's like a literal mixtape.
Just
mixtape, yeah.
It was, and while you're talking about something, I'm going to try to send it.
Yeah, I've been going back to the gym because now Planet Fitness, you don't have to wear a mask while you're working out, which is why I haven't been going. So I'm happy to report that you can go in there and work out on a machine and not wear a mask, which is great. And in my one of my playlists, my workout mix, Salt and Pepper, Push It.
Such a good song.
I mean, to this day, that's one of the best songs ever created.
Kind of
Push it good. And I started thinking like that's probably not what they called it originally, because they're talking about sex, and I wonder if they called it something with an F, another 4-letter word. F it good, probably.
Could you, back at full circle conversation, could you push it real good in under 5 minutes?
Not real good.
Right, like mediocre. Like you can like
push it one time.
Yeah, like
push it at all.
I don't even I think it would take me more than 5 minutes to even figure out how to like get out of my belt.
Right.
I have a belt that gets like stuck and you can't. By the way, dude, I got some belts that don't have holes in them. You can just put that thing anywhere.
Yeah.
Get one. Having belts with holes in it is archaic.
So what do you mean? What do you mean, Scott? Oh, wait.
Anywhere. It's made out of some material where it's like webbed. So anywhere you put a little buckle thing.
I need that in my life.
Pull it. Because you ever go on stage and like, let's say your pants are loose or heavy, right, and they're just not the right. You're like, my pants need to be tighter. My belt needs to be tighter. But you don't have a choice with the holes. This, you can do whatever.
That's perfect, dude.
I sent Alan, FYI, one video is probably too big, and then I also sent him Alan like a 7-seconder, but you probably didn't get any of them because of the internet. So anyway,
what are you trying to send?
Oh, I have from the concert.
Oh, no kidding.
I sent him Debbie Gibson singing for 6 seconds, and then
what's your favorite Debbie Gibson song?
Could have been my favorite Debbie. I was singing to Tiffany. I like
I get lost in your eyes,
and I
feel my spirits rise. There was a girl at my church who looked like Debbie Gibson that I was infatuated with for a while when I was growing up, like in that same time frame.
You know what? This would be a good time. Remember what we were talking about right before this song, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't want to bother Alan if he's trying to do something else.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I did some pre-show stuff that's all ready to go, and then you're throwing new things at it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, this smooths into what we're talking about with the other thing, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Music, 80s music.
Oh, Only in My Dreams is good. Only in My Dreams probably is my like that one better than I Get Lost in Your Eyes, probably.
But this is kind of segue into the shirt you showed.
Oh, right. Well, that's what made me. Oh,
and nice. I feel I'm in
wonderful. How long ago was that? That's not that long ago.
Last summer.
Wow, she looks good.
She does
good for her.
A lot of cameos.
Oh, well, then that's how you get her on the podcast. We make her do a cameo.
Right.
We'll pay for it.
We have cameo credits for us actually doing them. But the shirt. So segue.
Oh, okay.
Real. Yeah.
So here's the thing I've been seeing on Facebook. You know how Facebook will just throw up an ad randomly. I saw a T-shirt that I thought was, at the same time, I thought it was hilarious, and I was also offended.
Okay.
Not just for me personally, but my whole generation. I was offended.
Okay.
But I also laughed. And I think the Alan Jackson has the shirt that we could show. There it is. It is a picture of Michael Jackson from Thriller, or maybe Bad. I think that's Bad.
It's Bad.
And underneath it is the word Prince. That looks like From Purple Rain, possibly.
That is. Are they doing that on purpose?
Yeah, it's like a band parody website that does this.
That swaps out the.
Yeah. Now you could make the argument for this is a little bit racist, right?
Prince. Oh, that you're like
that they all look the same. They all look the same.
Yeah. I
mean, throw El DeBarge in there.
Yeah, you could.
Man, I'm just saying you could make that argument.
Yes.
I'm not making that argument.
Yeah.
Shane says not cool.
Yeah, but I don't not you don't take
It's fake news. So here's what that was not my comment. That was made by it just went away. Heath Barr said fake news. Very funny. So I thought what this really is millennials or Gen Z taking a jab at our generation, Gen X, saying like, look, we're tired of your music. It all sounds the same to us. In fact, that's what when I see this, I think this. And so there you go. But what we need to do, John Heffron, is do our version of this against Gen Z performers, maybe millennials. And what would that be? That's the thing. I'd have to do research because I don't listen to their music. But we'd have to find, maybe like Deanna Jackson said, maybe do a Ariana Grande picture and then put a Demi Lovato under it. Or something.
I don't even have a reference point.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We'd have to do research on that.
Yeah, we should, because that's offensive. That makes me
I'm not offended. I don't think it's racist. I think it's offensive more about our generation, age. It's an ageist. Possibly.
Yeah, because we wouldn't go, I don't even know who's K-pop. Like you wouldn't show like you Jonas Brothers and underneath it put
there you go.
K-pop. Isn't K-pop a thing? Isn't that like all those Asian guys?
K-pop is the whole genre of it, and there are other bands under K-pop.
There's a boy band that I saw. It was a bunch of Asian dudes that, I mean, I'm a huge boy band fan, but there were literally 12 of them.
Okay.
There were 12. I don't know what in there the most, but there's like 12.
Yeah.
Menudo. I don't know what group had the most people in it.
Oh, that's the shirt, John. It's a K-pop band, and it says Menudo under it. That's the shirt,
like
somebody make that.
Like Menudo had. I just remember Ricky Martin. So I don't know who else was in Menudo. How many people were in Menudo? Yeah. But what's a boy band like?
Rico Suave was in Menudo.
But they kept swapping those kids out.
Yeah.
So Menudo, once you turned an adult, once you turned 16 or 17, you got kicked out of the band.
Yeah.
And they loaded it. So what's the boy band that has the most? I think that the Asian kids now, and I don't know their name, but I watched them, and there's
BTS is one of them apparently, according to Michael Evans Sullivan.
There's like 12 of them though. There should be a limit. 4, right? Because you have like the tough guy.
It turns into a choir after a while.
Yeah, you have the 4 looks.
Yeah. No, I think you're right, John. There needs to be a set limit on what a boy band is.
We need
like if it's over 5 or 6, now we're turning into something else.
You're an ensemble. They have to call you an ensemble.
Yeah.
Band is even tough because you're not playing anything.
Right.
But you're 12 people dancing. That is an aerobic. That's a class at Equinox. You're just class at that point. Right?
Yeah, that's right. That's an Equinox class, dude.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's the boy band.
Yeah. You remember El DeBarge though?
I wonder who's holding down. That one?
Was that El DeBarge? I don't know that one. I know. Who's Johnny? She says, and smiled and looked the other way. Who's Johnny? That was in Short Circuit.
You know I love you.
Who's Johnny?
To the beat of the rhythm of the night. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's also El DeBarge.
Are you gonna sing that song when you come to Hickory on not June the 7th, but I mean you are coming on June the 7th. We're doing a show together in Hickory. I don't know if you heard of this. June the 8th, we're going to Wayno's Silver Bullet, and my good buddy Justin Clyde Williams is going to play. He's great. He doesn't do karaoke, but there's going to be a DJ in between his sets, and maybe we could sing some songs.
I'm paranoid of singing.
Oh, good. Then we got to make you do that,
dude. So, I didn't look at the comments to see if anybody has any statistics.
Yeah, let's see
how many people are in that band. That I thought K-pop. Here's how old I am. I thought K-pop was a group. I didn't know it was a genre.
Yeah, I did too at first.
But so there's groups within K-pop.
I thought it was a cereal, dude.
Yeah, I mean it's a good
K-pop with some milk and banana slices on it. K-pop's it's part of a healthy, balanced, nutritional breakfast.
Keith Barr. I'm just sorry. I'm looking at the thing. Get Billy Ocean.
Oh, get out of my dreams and get into my car.
I want to be lover boy. You can't. That song, like he would be canceled. You can't do that. You can't just scream to a random girl. Hey, you. Hey, you. Get into my car.
Who, me?
Me? Yeah, you. Get into my. And then it gets all friendly, but he's literally just yelling at people. So, yeah, that shirt, I'm all over the place mentally now. Yeah, we got to come up with some shirts.
Someone come up with a good.
Not Jen. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say someone just Google who's number one R&B charts right now. Who's number one, and then who's number two, and then just swap these names out. Maybe The Weeknd. Maybe it's a picture of The Weeknd.
But grab like.
Wait, I just thought. No, dude. So you take The Weeknd's name and logo, and then above it is a picture of Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's.
Yes. Dude, that's hilarious.
Bernie's.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Come on, man.
Or you just
no one will get it but people our age.
Or you mess with the genres, right? And you just go whoever's the most popular, right? Hip hop. And then find whoever's the like opposite, like Sam Hunt, like country, and just put.
Oh, that's good too.
Just mess with the genres, not necessarily like race doesn't matter. Like just get the wrong genres.
Yeah,
there's even
that's funny. That's funnier than what. That's funnier than the Prince and Michael Jackson one, because those. I mean, you could make the argument that this music's a little bit the same, a little bit, not really, but kind of. But you mix a whole genre. That's good.
Yeah, just
that's better.
Just people that they would.
You just one upped them, dude. That's what Gen X does. We see your stupid joke and we one up it, dude.
Yeah, or you get the Jonas Brothers probably aren't even popular anymore. Although they're on my satellite a lot. They pop up. I
don't mind Jonas Brothers, but that's even that's too old. I want to go younger.
But you go Jonas Brothers with the group Alabama.
Right. It says Alabama, and it's a picture of the Jonas Brothers.
Like,
that's good. Yeah. Someone that's gonna be our whole new thing. We got to design a bunch of these T-shirts, and that's gonna be our merch. Just make.
I make T-shirts. From my printer. I'm trying to see if you can hear this. Boy, I'm messing with this. No, it's not.
Man. Look at my cut my thumb the other day.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that, but now I'm obsessed.
It's like, Michael Jackson had the one glove. I just do the thumb. I don't do the whole hand. Just do the thumb.
Those were used for like people who were counting money.
Oh, is that right? You can buy these, dude. I mean, I went to Walgreens. I cut my thumb slicing an onion. Okay. Oh, Jonas. Oh no. Okay. Sorry, Missy. I'm getting excited. Missy, I'm seeing your comment. It says Jonas versus Hanson. Pop or bop.
Yeah.
Now I like that. Bop. K-pop. Bop. I like it.
I think you got to do it where you go after Gen Z.
Yeah.
I think
because Hanson and Jonas is a little too old. We need to go right now.
People make fun of millennials. You realize millennials have grown up and they're not. So if the older generation always looks at the younger generation and go, you're annoying. So millenniums are off the hook, actually. Like Gen Z, if that's what they're called, actually goes after millennials for being
So we
old.
need to be attacking Gen Z, not millennials.
And and then that's all confusing. Because or you mess with the pronouns. Like you just Hanson's 90s. That's when I did morning radio. Like I look back at that, but
I think it's funny. Now here's what I saw another one, and this is on the fly. The Alan Jackson. I don't know if you could do this while we're doing all this other crap, but there was another one that had it was either a picture of Hanson or a picture of Nirvana, and it had a mixed.
So
it was either Kurt Cobain and it was Nirvana and it said Hanson, or it was Hanson and it said Nirvana. Both work because it's both blonde, and there was a picture of both of them kind of leaning in to the camera,
Name 5 here to see if you can even do it. I'm gonna look at my phone because I don't even know how I would. I can't name one of the top 10 songs out right now. New songs. Can you?
Something about that. And I like The Weeknd, but he's probably got something out right now. He just won some Billboard awards, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Blinded. No, he just that's not what he's
blinded by the light.
Yeah, he's got blinding lights. See, I just mixed that up, dude.
I only know The Weeknd for when I had Bell's palsy. I always sing that song. I can't feel my face when I'm with you. Yeah. I've been listening to. I won't even look because I can't for some reason not pulling up. I've been obsessed. So I'm obsessed with the show Blacklist. That's why I'm on this burner.
Oh, I was on an episode of Blackish.
Not Blacklist.
I'm sorry. Blackish. It was I was one episode.
No, I was on the TV show that I like to watch. Blacklist. Yeah, I did.
Got you. Yeah. Maybe that'd be a funny T-shirt. It's the cast of Blackish, but with the logo of Blacklist.
Yeah, I think
because it's really just an L. Oh yeah, there's the Nirvana.
I think that shirt's hilarious.
That's hilarious, dude.
That shirt is kind of funny.
You can do Golden Girls with that too.
But here's the thing: if it's that age group making those, the second you make fun of them, I feel like they would be triggered and you would get in trouble for that. Is band appropriation. Right? Like you can't if I gotta pick pronouns, or if things can be, if whatever sexuality is I gotta memorize all these new pronouns and whatever, you have to at least learn some band names and who the actual bands are. That's a fair trade.
Right. I'm not against that.
Right? Like you can't just start
I'm not down with those.
And crap on up,
Yeah, you can't get mad at me if I just go, "Hey, buddy," and you go, "No, actually, buddy's a male name, and I am." What do you want me to call you?
There's a bunch of stuff in you.
I don't like the one that I hate the most is the Zer, the one with the Z's in it. Zer, Zim, Zay. Have you seen those?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that was one that someone came up with. Instead of saying they, them, you say zim. No. It's a Z. Like, I'm not. If you're using a Z, get out of here.
Why is that them or they? Because you're talking about a group.
Oh, I don't know. I just tell you what I've been seeing or heard somewhere.
Yeah, no, but is that why? So you're like, so I was at the.
I'm sorry, zim, him, her, zer. So it's just something with a Z. Zim.
This is like learning.
I'm not.
A lot of it I get, but this is like learning the metric system when you're like, I don't get it.
It's a lot of work.
And it's confusing. So, and I've seen people like use the wrong thing and get, in trouble, but it's like, no, that's a pop quiz. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, you know what's trending right now? Like, John, this is funny you even bring this up. One of the things that is trending on Twitter, because I've been doing this new thing on the Country-ish podcast called Best Trends, where I just click on the hashtag and I click on trend and I see what is trending. Mm-hmm. And apparently today, and now I just lost it, is oh man, it was right here. Maybe it's not trending anymore. Hang on, let me hit a refresh button because I thought this is interesting. Speaking of everything, because there's a day for everything, right? There's a burrito day. There's a day for everything, and that's gone. So maybe it's not trending anymore. Something about Pansexual Awareness Day or something like that, but it's gone now. So maybe it's not even to be talked about. So I can't even give you more information on it, John.
We'll do our research because we're coachable, we're learnable.
Yeah, I want to know things. I don't ever want to hurt anyone's feelings, but I also don't want you to make me do extra crap. Right? Yeah. Don't make me go learn a bunch of new words. The words we have are just fine.
Or we learn, just give us a moment. So.
Yeah. Give me some breathing room here. Yeah, give me a second. Anyway, I want to say something, John, before we do. This will be a subject change, unless you want to read a comment.
Nope.
Heffron and Reep. Subject change.
All righty. We were talking about names, comedians naming tours.
Yes.
And we were thinking about doing that for us.
Right.
And I thought, this is a good idea. I'm going to tour by myself some as well. Sadly, it's not just going to be me and you all the time. Sometimes it'll just be me. And I thought, well, why don't I name my tour?
Okay.
And I thought, what would that be? Right. And I really thought about what's my new stand-up going to be about? What's my new, if I had to come up with a new special, what should I start working on? And it's all about my life right now. Me leaving Los Angeles because I missed my home, my family. And then me coming home and then the pandemic happening and everyone getting sick. So I was literally homesick and I got home and everyone got sick. Oh. So the word homesick has a double meaning to it.
Yes.
So I'm going to call it John Reep Homesick.
That's good.
You like it? And I think I had my guy Tim work up some posters. You want to see some ideas, and you tell me what you like better.
Yes.
D. Allen Jackson, can we show some of these posters to Mr. Heffron? All right, John, what do you think of that one?
Okay.
John Reep Homesick Tour. Now, I like it. I like the way Homesick looks. John Reep's a little hard to read.
John Reep's a little, yeah.
On that one. Here's another one. What do you think of that one?
I like the lettering of that.
I do too.
Yeah, I like the lettering of that, but I almost feel okay. Your arms are crossed. I don't like headshots with your arms crossed.
Well, I'm doing it because I'm sick. Maybe I'm cold.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I like your feedback. This is good.
Yeah.
You don't like arms crossed.
No, it's standoffish.
All right. Damn it.
No, I like the lettering of the other one, and you just got to swap out the picture.
Yeah. Different picture. The way the Homesick looks, the John Reep in that one's not big enough, so I would change the John Reep in that.
Yeah.
No arms crossed. So what if? Damn it.
Yeah.
Because you're right. I'm mad that you're right.
Yeah, he can swap it out.
Yeah, but it took me an hour to find that one. So I was just gonna get a different picture.
All right. Hey, let's do this because guess who's got to go potty? Me.
You gotta go pee-pee?
This, everybody. Hey, don't forget June 7th, Hickory. Me, John Reep, doing comedy. Ann Arbor, the 11th and 12th at the Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase. Next weekend, long weekend, we will still do a show. Let's do a quick show next Monday. We'll see what's going on in our lives, and we'll do it.
It'll be Memorial Day. We'll get together anyway.
We'll do it, man. Anything else? I'm literally gonna pee my pants.
Rate, review, subscribe, and share. Tell the world about us. Hit the share button. Know that we love you. And take us out, Rick Sanford the Third.
Lock it in and rip the knob off. You're tuned in to the #1 show on the planet. The Heffron and Reep Show.
You've been listening to the smooth sounds of Heffron and Reep. The show is over, but come back next week, same Reep time, same Heffron channel, for more comedy conversations, music, 80s church, and the life and times of the quarantine comedian. Always expect the unexpected, and who knows where the conversations will go. And as always, remember to rate, review, subscribe, and share. Peace.